So today I want to talk to you guys about a hot topic that came up in the Division 2 recently. On Reddit, they were posting leaks, supposedly leaks, and it seems like every content creator went and ran with it. They went and ran with it. And I understand right now there is really no news on the Division 2. And if you guys have been listening to me, I've been telling you guys we probably won't hear anything till E3. And I'm predicting that because I haven't heard anything, guys. And you guys know that usually bigger content creators usually hear things a little bit sooner, and then we get put under NDA and we can't talk about it. It's just a known fact throughout any gaming community, right? And just like with Warlords, I knew almost like 3 months before we even heard about anything. Like, you hear about these things ahead of time, you get put under NDA, you can't say anything. It's just the way the business works. What has been going on is, like, now I feel like everybody's coming out with leaks saying they know somebody, their mama knows somebody, their daddy knows somebody, and it just seems like it's getting to a point where now people are really just fishing for anything. And as much as I would like to find out new news and I would love to hear something big coming to Division 2 right now, and the reason I can say this is because they did say, some of you guys might have noticed that Title Update 12 was originally meant to be our last major update for the Division 2, but thanks to continued support, we are now in early stages, keyword, of development of fresh content to release later in 2021. Now, they did say while it's still too early to go into more details today, you won't have to wait too long. So what I mean by they say too long, it's probably going to be sometime before E3, maybe even at the Ubisoft Forward if they have another one coming up. But I think we probably won't hear anything till E3, which is about 3 to 4 months away in June, early June. So to give you a little backstory of this was posted by somebody on Reddit saying that a leaker gave it to them and said this is going to be happening. Now, I'm telling you guys can read this, you guys can think it's gonna happen. I personally don't think it's happening, but if you do, take it with a grain of salt, whatever you wanna say. So let's read this. It says, potential spoilers below, story content similar to Warlords in New York, how we hunted down Keener in the Rogue Cell, we'll be hunting down Natalia Sokolov. So you probably heard her in some of the comms. Ideally, that's what everybody thinks, that's the only other person we can hunt down, because Fei Lao, right? That's the only other person we could hunt down. So, all right. And a group of 5 or 4, numbers tentative, elite Black Tusk kill squad. So why would he say group of 5 or 4? I don't know why he wouldn't put 4 or 5. It would just read better. But yeah, this guy wrote this is how he wrote it, right? It says elite Black Tusk kill squad. Fancy word for lieutenant. It's going to take a similar approach to Warlords in New York and drop you into a new city, and then he says not mentioned by the leaker. Well, obviously, if they're gonna do a DLC, most likely it might be in a new city, and we've said that's what we wanted, to maybe go to Chicago, London, maybe a new city, or even extend New York, right? Make New York branch out past it, but they said a new city, and a lot of us said that's what we wanted. So a lot of this already just seems like this was a wish list. This is something that we thought could have already been Natalia. That's who we thought we would be going after because of the comms after Fei Lao and both President Ellis were taken out. And I just don't see anything here new. Like, this is just a wish list so far. All right, let's go to the next topic. The next thing he dives into is the level cap, all right? So let's read this one. It says the mechanics. This might be bittersweet for some of you. Yes, the level cap will be raised to 50. Obviously, a lot of people thought that it might go to 50 because we got the recalibration station, we got the optimization station. So to give us something to grind, right? If they drop new gear, you drop the new gear with a higher level cap, and then that would give people a reason to go up to that level 50, right? And start playing that. And then it makes it not as pointless. But obviously, every game, if you've played games like WoW, they've done level caps, Destiny's done level caps. But yeah, so raise it to 50, so the gear you have collected is now obsolete, apart from exotics, as their blueprints will be dropped 1 week post-launch of the content. Now, I really don't see what he was trying to say there. He's trying to say there's going to be new exotics and blueprints that come 1 year after the DLC. That would make no sense. Wouldn't it drop once the DLC? I don't know. Somebody, if you guys understand what he was trying to say there, let me know in the comment section. And then the next one, it says this new content will revamp the season's formula and add more events into the weekly track instead of repeating the similar events for 2 weeks. This seems like another wish list, right? Events will overlap, however, to allow every player to participate until the end of a manhunt. These new seasons will have hunters as manhunt targets, with each giving a new backpack trophy and mask. Why hunters? Won't spoil it for you. The seasons will activate once the players are done with the main campaign of the DLC story. Obviously, another wish list. They said that we've always said that we wanted more hunters. A lot of people have wanted more hunters. Throwing them in there and then just talking about revamping the season so it doesn't seem as repetitive. It's what we've been saying. So this is just an idea, and I really feel like this was all made up. But hey, I may be wrong. We can come back to this video if I'm wrong, and I'll say, my bad, I was wrong. This guy was right. But I feel like a lot of this stuff could be what we've been saying. He just put it all together, and if he hits a couple points, he can say, you know what, I told you guys. But I just really believe it's just a wish list this guy put together, and then he just wants to stir up some news, right? Because right now, Division 2 doesn't have anything. But hey, let's keep going. It gets better, guys. It gets better. Items and loot. Of course, there will be new weapons and a minimum of 10 exotics at launch. More to be added within the upcoming updates. That's a little excessive for exotics. We didn't even get 10 exotics at launch. So I just really feel that that's throwing it out there. Like you know, like just, ooh, let's just throw it out there. And if we get 8 exotics, we can pretty much say that I told you so, right? Like I really don't see that happening. I mean, we all would, if there is a DLC, which I'm assuming we'll probably have one, we would get exotics with it. But to say, hey, we're gonna get 10 exotics, I mean, I don't know. I think that was more than what we got with Warlords in New York. So at launch, right, when that dropped. And there were still more, guys. We're not done just yet. So surprising addition, keeping every detail to a minimum, as we got Summit as replayable mode for Warlords in New York. We'll be getting 2 modes in this update, a survival and a PvP focused mode. Best news so far. So this honestly looks like what we've been predicting, what we said that we think that maybe Red Storm could be working on a PvP mode. We've all wanted survival for the Division 2, which I can see them really doing. And will we get it? I don't know, but it also seems like if I put this down on a list, I could say, hey, look, this is what I want him to do. Write it down, put it on Reddit, and you guys would have ran with it. And that seems like what this guy did. But I really don't want to like bash this guy. I just want to say, like, it just doesn't really add up. And it doesn't make any sense that somehow some leaker knows something months and months and months before they even came out and decided what they're going to be doing. The next, it says, will it be free? Yeah, no. You'll have to pay for the new DLC. Obviously, it's a business, right? They're not going to release a DLC the size of Warlords in New York and not charge us. There's no way they would keep doing continued support for free for this game if they were going to cut it off and not make money at the end of the day. So don't expect that to happen. If there's a DLC, we will be paying for it. And then at the very end, he does leave a disclaimer pretty much saying that he doesn't claim that these leaks to be 100% true. He doesn't work with Ubisoft. And I honestly, I really felt that this honestly was all just a wish list of everything that our community as a whole has been asking for, right? Survival, PvP, more content, expansion, and we've wanted that for the longest. And a lot of people said, if we can get survival, if we can get a PvP mode, if we can get an expansion, I would pay for it, you know? And I see that's where Ubisoft needs to go. Now, will they go that way? We honestly don't know, and I think we won't find out anything till June, guys. So if you guys are hearing these leaks, this is the only video I'm gonna do on it. I saw that people were asking me, hey, you haven't really said anything. Is that because you can't say anything? No, it's because I just didn't really want to address this, because the fact is I thought it was all bull. But that's just my thoughts on it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. We got a lot of Outrider stuff coming this week, but I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, Nothing But Skills is out.